My name is Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with Internal Revenue Service. I was a revenue officer. I used to come out after assets of people. I used to track people down. I worked for IRS for a decade. I've been on the national news many times. Go to my website. I have worked thousands of IRS cases. So if I was a revenue officer working your case from time to time, I share some insights and what IRS does on certain cases. So if I wanted to track you down today, just sitting at my computer, I have a whole resource to go ahead and find your assets. First of all, I have LexisNexis. If you don't know what LexisNexis is, there's two different types of LexisNexis. It's a search engine. It's a regular search engine for people who want to know about people, and there's a government LexisNexis that takes you a much deeper dive that can find all sorts of stuff. So you have to have obviously government credentials to use it. Some of the things that I would want to know is about your real estate transactions. I'd also want to know about your passport. So I'd want to know how many times you traveled. I could certainly get that information from immigration. All these computers do kind of link to each other. We'd want to know how many times you traveled, where you traveled, just for the purpose of knowing that you travel. You spend money, where you go. Do you have a business there? Another thing I do, I try to check your business licenses. I want to know where you operate your business. I do corporate record searches. I'd search for guns, see if you have guns. There's so many different resources that we have. Also, another one you don't think of is Google. Anything about you, I could just track you down through Google or any of the search engines that has information about you, addresses that you lived at, how many times you moved, about your children. Oh my God, they're not supposed to go on Facebook, but they do. Facebook, what you purchase, where you go, Instagram, where'd you go, friends, everything. I can have a resource worth resources right there. But I can obviously look at your tax returns for the last number of years, 6 years, found out how much you make. Can I find about unreported income? Well, I could. I could find out where you live, what address you have, what it costs to live in those areas. There's national standards really on all those. Where would I go really to find out a lot about you? Well, I could summons for your checking account and find out what your checks were, kind of where you or your where you spent your money. And I tell you, I uncovered one time a person had a warehouse, a couple warehouse space. I was always curious what they had, and I just happened to be there. I didn't want to deliver a summons for him, and the guy says, "Oh yeah." I went out there, and the guy says, "Hey, this guy's got some nice cars." I says, "Really?" I didn't even buy, just asked me. He knew I flashed my credentials. He said, "Yeah, this guy's got some great muscle cars." He showed me a Chevelle. He showed me a '65 Mustang that was all ramped up. So you can find these things out. And another place I'd go is I want to know about your credit cards. Yeah, what did you charge? There's a digital footprint on everyone. You need to know that unless you're all cash. And once again, you could do reverse thinking, and I could find out, like I said, where you live, how much it costs to live there. So I can do some back-end digging, really, but I'll tell you, really good place to look at is a credit application. Now, you may say, well, how am I going to know that? Well, I could pull your credit cards up, and I could find out, or on your statement, your credit statement, did you apply for credit? Or I could get a summons and get your bank loan information. So I can check out where you went ahead to apply for loans. I could pull that financial statement up. And usually the one you give IRS and then the one you give the bank for credit or the institution for credit are two different things. So if I want to know a lot about you, I could find out a lot about you. So that's like the inside scoop of IRS. There's other resources. I named you a lot of them, but boy, I can go over a lot of that. So if you owe IRS any money or anything like that, that's why you want us to handle your case, because I know everything that IRS is going to do. So you owe IRS tax debt? Moi, I'm a former agent. By the way, I got a bunch of former buddy agents that can help you. Have a great day. Give me a subscription. Thank you.